Hello everyone, it's Blue Car behind the mic, speaking for the first time ever, as I would like to discuss the new car added in CARX Street, and there is a lot to talk about. If it worth the money, if it's good, and I can tell that it is not good, it doesn't worth the money, but we will get into this. So stay here to find out. So basically, it's supposed to be, as I said, an M5 E60. And since it's not licensed, the developers can do whatever they want with their cars. For example, the C63 from Mercedes has a V6 in it, but it's supposed to have V8, a 4-liter V8. So this one should have a 5-liter V10, which it does. But it only has about 400 horsepower, and the real one has, I searched it up, a 507 horsepower, so it's way weaker. It's also heavy. It weighs around 1 ton and 500 kilos, which is it's a big car for the standards of the game. There aren't many sedans out there, not many big cars. The majority of them are smaller and lighter, or they are sporty, but it's good to have it, because from the M5s there is only the latest one, the F90. It's also a facelift one, and I personally would like to have a pre-facelift as well, the original from 2017. And what are we going to do here is to install some newer wheels, bigger wheels, because, well, in the latest update it was written that they fixed the bug or the feature that players with bigger wheels on their cars have an advantage in, in grip, in speed, whatever, but I'm not doing it for it. I think that these factory wheels, are looking quite boring. They aren't big enough. They could be bigger, and maybe originally they are bigger on the cars. So originally there are 19-inch wheels, so I'm going with 20-inch wheels. And now let's try it out, how it drives, and I'm going to shut up for a second so you can listen to the engine. I'm gonna drive in traffic a little bit and just show you how it is. So if you buy one, and if you decide to spend 230,000 credits, silver, for this car, well, just to show you. Oh no, I'm going to show some details of it. So it's not that detailed. For example, the F90 is far more detailed, and this one is rather simple. Also, the factory color is silver, which I'm not going to modify. I'm not going to repaint it yet, because I don't have any money. It's quite an expensive car, and I wasn't ready to buy it. At first, I didn't know that I'm going to buy it. I thought it would be something available for gold only, but it was for silver, and so I went for it, I bought it, and now I have no money for modifications or even customization, which is quite frustrating. But now I'm gonna shut up, listen to the car, and there we go. I decided to scroll here a little bit because this part is boring to watch. I had a blast driving it, but well, now we're going car. Okay, let's listen. So they have some problems with the engine sound because, well, you can hear it. You can obviously hear it. It doesn't work the way it's supposed to, I guess. And personally, I don't like it. Well, I don't like the car itself. It's really boring. It's one of the ugliest M5s ever, in my opinion. It looks even uglier in silver, and without any badges, it's a horrible looking car. I like how it drives though. Maybe it's heavy, maybe there's something to it, maybe it's soft, but it's a very satisfying car to drive. And since I bought it to drive, I'm not going to modify it, to register it in any clubs. I'm not going to earn money with this car. Maybe it's a good purchase, but since I don't like how it sounds, since I don't like how it looks, maybe it's not the best car. And if you agree with me, maybe you shouldn't spend any money on this car. So now we are heading to the customization shop just to see what body kits are available, how does it look like, and whatever. There were 2 new rims added to the game, but I'm not going to look at them. I'm too lazy to search for them. You can see it in any other videos. We are here to watch the car itself. Then I'm going to do a quick 0 to 100 kilometers an hour test, acceleration test, and then we're going to go on a track as a final touch. So let's go and see now what turners do offer. What offerings do they have? Whatever. Let's take a look. So yeah, this is how it looks like. The car. God damn, it's a boring car. Holy shit. So there are some body kits. I like the silver grille because in stock it's blacked out. It's very boring. Well, with silver it looks okay, but if I'd like to paint this car black, there's no other option to change the grille to silver, to chrome, whatever. So if you want to do that, you have to install this second body kit. So the front bumper, it has to be changed to the one from CBW, whatever it is. Yep, there is a badge bar option. Yeah, this one. I like this one. I don't like the front lip. It completes the front lip and adds a little splitter, but in my opinion that's excessive. I would like to save the original look of the car, but unfortunately the developers are not allowing us to have the silver grille, which is sad. So some basic options. For ours you have to have a complete body kit. The roof, you can have a roof rack for this thing, and well, it's kind of weird for an M5, and you don't get to have this roof box like you have on an M5, the new M5 E60. The mirrors are very boring. The carbon ones do not look good in this car. This one is cool, but yeah, I like the stock ones more. They complete the look of the car. Some side skirts. Yeah, the first one are very ugly, by the way, and these options are ugly as well. Well, maybe they would look cool in carbon, but well, I will only leave this little spoiler. It's not a ducktail, but it's just a little spoiler. I'm going to leave it because it gives the car the M5 appearance, whatever. So the exhausts, if you swap this car with a 2JZ, probably the one-sided exhaust would go well, and maybe with another bumper as well. On the stock one it looks super boring, hella boring. So I wanted to buy this bumper, but then I remembered that I have no money. So I had to skip this part and go directly to the track. Except I did not go to the track because I really wanted to see how does this car look in black. And well, surprise surprise, it still looks ugly. It looks better because now the both grills, the air intakes are all hidden. well, I could not afford it, so I had to go to a track now. No, actually not to a track, because there is a 0 to 100 test first. And we aren't going far away to complete the test. Let's pretend the car is already warmed up, because in the shop the entire time it was running, idling. And there we are, already going, shifting right before the limiter. The limiter is 8,250 RPM. The car completes the test in 6.3 seconds, which is phenomenal for such a heavy car, rear-wheel drive, and as well it's quite weak, only 400 horsepower. So in the tuning shop we were advised that the car should accelerate in 6.5 seconds, but we did it quicker, which is, well, we have to appreciate my starting technique. I'm a professional, more or less, in testing the cars. And now, after we know this kind of useless information, now let's go to a track and see how does this performance sedan performs in turns as well. We are arriving here right before the sunrise. The sun is about to rise, in other words, and it's a beautiful feeling here, being on a track when the sunrise is happening. So we're quite lucky today, and well, have to appreciate as well the color of the car, because it's quite more interesting than black. Technically, it's reflecting better and also has a metallic part to it, so a little bit of revving the car. And yeah, let's enjoy this lap. Even if the car is quite, as I said 1,000 times already, it's a boring car, but still, we paid for it, so now let's give it proper beans. Let's send it to the moon and beyond. And there we go. There we go on the first corner, reaching 101 kilometers an hour. I'm still not sure how does it drive. It has, I think it's on sport tires, factory tires, braking hard, and it has quite a lot of grip, because right now there we are on the side. How does that even happen? I don't know, it's the first time. Maybe the car is still being developed, maybe they released it without double checking how it behaves, because the center of gravity, well, maybe that's why it leans so much, and maybe that's why it's so satisfying to drive. But we have to redo this lap and do it properly after some training. And there we are, launching from the grid. There we go. Let me comment a little bit on the lap as we go. So, some rapid acceleration, also reaching the red line sometimes before the shifting. So we are greeted from the first corner. We are greeted with tons of understeer, which is okay. With brakes we can make it slide a little bit. The power does not really allow us to slide, because also we swapped the rear tires. Let's not forget about it. So now it has a little bit more grip on the rear tires rather than the front ones. So this is an awkward corner, but I managed to get through it. Now the acceleration zone, a slight right turn. We are trying to use the entire track, the most narrow turns combined with these large and high-speed corners. I still don't feel the car. As we can see, it's like, I don't know, it's one of my first laps still. We can even slide a little bit. The sound is horrific. Closer to the red line, it's like the car is choking, and I don't think it's supposed to look like always on two wheels from the curb. It's one more time, but it's not enough for the car to roll. A little bit of drifting. So the acceleration zone before hard braking and the left turn, the 90-degree left turn. No, not 90. Well, okay, but okay, this one is super difficult to get right. Just I caught it, but still. Yeah, but a good exit still. Going on the left, and now we're going to have a chicane right there, and a hairpin right after with a sausage curb. Okay, I'm gentle on the car until now because I forgot how heavy it is going downhill and very late braking, and this should not happen. In fact, I went quite too far. But this part, the Nürburgring inspired part, went alright, hitting the limiter for the first time in the car, and yeah, I already said how horrible does it sound. It's a naturally aspirated car. It should have, practically should have a lot of power on high end, and I'm letting it breathe, I'm letting it work, so not carrying enough speed for this section of corners. Too much here probably. No, it's like, yeah, still not enough. Could go even, I could be braver. So another acceleration part, acceleration high speed zone, braking. I'm not braking. Oh, well, because the speed is not high enough, only 140. Because it does not accelerate for some reason, quite weak. But we have a lot of grip. Okay, so I did not change the pressure in tires, and surprisingly it's working very well. So still going very not precisely at all, but very, not trying to push it too much. Maybe I could push it too much. Watching it right now, there were many times where I could go way quicker. So yeah, this one is precise. Okay, this one was good. And the acceleration zone, let's see how fast can it go. What speed can it reach? Can it reach 200? It would be nice. 160, 170, still in the fourth gear. Well, theoretically the fourth gear should give us 200. There we are on the red line in fourth gear, 210. Perfect. Now on the brakes. Well, it was a good lap. But now I have an idea. How about we compare it to a newer one, a newer M5, the M5 F90 facelift. And here I am, with the car already on the track, so let's make it clear that it's running the same tires, and yeah, let's try it. So, touching the curb with the rear wheel, which is okay in the game, already in the 6th gear. And what can I say? First of all, it's an all-wheel drive car, so it naturally should have a better acceleration that I'm not going to have actually, because I'm going to start from the pits. It has a worse engine sound. Over revving it here, the car is still cold, the engine is going to die. This car has, I think it has the S63 engine in it. Let's take a look right now. So the power is almost 500 horsepower. Yes, it's an S63. It's particularly weak S63. It's modified, but still it is still weak. So practically it should have been an N63, the non-M engine, not the sportiest one. The car isn't very upgraded. It's still very close to the stock one, and I already double checked that the tires are running the same pressure, so it's not changed. And so let's get this started. 2nd gear, 3rd gear, there we go. Revving to a red line already, to the limiter. A little bit of skidding here. The sound is so loud that I had to lower the volume. Drifting everywhere. I don't know what's happening, because I didn't change tires, I didn't change anything. The car is practically stock. Maybe it's lighter, maybe the weight distribution is different, changed. I didn't really watch it, but I'm already going wide here. Not the perfect lap. Also the shifting could be better, as I think. Well, maybe. 180 here, braking. Braking too hard. I could have braked later, but this one is okay. 4th gear, the gears are very short here. Oh my god, I'm going wide, I'm going in the grass. The car is heavy. And in fact, I just looked it up. The car is about 2000 kilos in the game. It's an incredibly heavy car, and we can still see it doesn't roll. Doesn't have any center of gravity problems. It's alright, and the acceleration is super rapid. Thanks to the short gears, thanks to the engine, the power is the power is okay, and also the rev limiter is on 8250 RPM, like on the E60. So this section of corners went quite well, should I say, but the chicane gets absolutely ignored, because I still don't believe how much does this car weigh. It's a crazily heavy car. But this time I don't forget to brake, and in fact the entry is quite alright. Unfortunately, the Nürburgring inspired thing gets ignored this time, so it's never perfect. I don't know how to drive probably. And if I succeed somewhere, it doesn't mean that the entire lap is going to be clean. This is unacceptable. What was that? This is horrible. I shouldn't have shown it. Probably I should have hidden it. But we have to know the lap time, even if it's cut a little bit. Well, the car does not have the speed advantage on the start as the E60 did, because it started from the grid. This one rolled down from the pits. Here I'm losing a lot of time because I'm running wide, I'm also drifting, and unfortunately this game does not have, because it's always with the steering assist. In Assoluto, for example, you can disable it. Here, no, because some, arcade physics, probably. Too much grip, it's not quite realistic, and as well you cannot really help, but the guy inside, the guy driving, always counter steers the car for you. In fact, in the corner you can keep turning in, and even if the car is drifting, someone inside, someone who is helping you drive, is counter steering. It's boring. So here we are, going already over 240 kilometers an hour on the finish line. The time is on the screen. Bruh, people, sometimes I have to pronounce the most obvious things. And it's surprising, because the difference with the E60 is only about 10 seconds. It's 10 seconds quicker. It's not a big deal. Maybe it has less grip, because, well, maybe it's heavier, but it has way more power. And honestly, I thought the difference would be better, would be bigger. But, well, it's alright, I guess. So I didn't know the E60 was so quick. And also, please take a look at how goofy the little image of the E60 is. This is the F90 for comparison. I think they're working on it, maybe they are going to fix it in the future. But still, that's quite goofy. So now I'm going to park the F90 next, shoulder to shoulder with the E60, just to see how do they look together. So here I messed up the parking, it's the wrong spot, I have to be closer to see the differences. So let me scroll it, because it's hella boring. Okay, so here we are. Let me comment a little bit on how do these cars look like. And shoulder to shoulder, the family is assembled. Both cars are together. The E39 does not belong here. And also we are lucky that both cars are in silver. I have to appreciate that the F90 is not in Nardo gray or whatever it is, the plain gray color. It also is a metallic one, it's a stock one, it was not modified. And okay, so quick overview, I'm looking in the details now. The headlights of the F90 are far more detailed. The roof of the F90 originally was silver as well. I made it look carbon because it's fancy. The interior of the E60 is very boring. The F90 has it really refined with all the details. There is the gear selection selected, displayed on the display. and the speed, the RPM are all how on a real car with the sliders. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. The cars are of the same size, of the same dimensions, and is that it for now? I think it is. So what can I say? Thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for checking me out. I hope this video was useful for you. Maybe I helped you make a decision to buy this car or not to buy. You make the conclusions, and well, feel free to visit my channel anytime. Bye bye.